a look into the past. Stay tuned. What's happening, Gilligans? How's everyone doing tonight? Hope everyone's having a good weekend, week. But, yeah, got a few things to discuss here in a sec. Everybody that made it out to El Necron's live stream last night, thank you, man. I appreciate all the support. Everybody that was able to watch. If not, man, go back and check it out. It was a really, really good time. I almost 3 hours went by and it didn't even feel like it, man. I looked up at an hour went by. I'm like, holy shit, you know. It was just him and I just bullshit and talking about music and just different stuff. I had a lot of fun. He was a really, really good dude. He's just really super chill, down to earth, really nice dude. I learned a lot, man. We talked about his band Hod, and I discussed my stuff, and it was cool. And there's a lot of people that showed up for it. So thanks to everybody that was able to make it, man. Man, if not, like I said, go back and check it out. It was fucking awesome. I had a fucking blast hanging out, and played a track from my new band Torsion. So yeah, man, fucking drank some Shiners. Actually, that's what I got tonight. I got some left over from last night because he's a Texan dude, So and actually, I learned that they used to have the Shiner Brewery in his hometown there. So fuck yeah, man, come fucking hang out a bit, grab a beer, grab your favorite drink. Cheers. I don't get this very often, but it's good. It goes great with some fucking burgers or barbecue, man. So last week's band, if you guys happen to stick around to check it out, a little band called Goat Moon, man. Finished Steel, whatever. It's good. Fucking. This is some really, really well written black metal, pagan, folky stuff. Actually, my drummer Austin, my friend, he lent me this. I actually don't have this album, but he lent it to me. I'm familiar with Goatman. I mean, they're really popular now, but I remember when no one ever talked about them. I heard about these guys like 10 fucking years ago. They were, not talked about and worshipped like they are now, but it is just some really well-written shit, man. What can I say? Like, the songs, what I like about it, the songs are short, but there's so much going on, and it's just so fucking epic and triumphant sounding. Just really good. I mean, and too, the more you the record kicks ass. It starts off, but the more you get into this fucking thing, it just keeps getting better. Each song just gets better and better. I'm definitely gonna be picking this one up, man. This is a really good record. So, Goat Moon, man, yeah. So what am I spending tonight? Actually, I'm spinning a little Destroyer 666 into Cold Steel. There's a bit what I'm gonna go over. A little bit of a deep dive here is on El Necron's channel. I was discussing how back in the day I read Metal Maniacs. It was like it's how I learned about music and bands. The days before I ever had the internet. Internet was around, but it was very small, and you had to. I didn't know anybody had it, so my world of music was just just this magazine. All I had. I bought it from $7 from a drugstore, and this specific issue. Actually, I'll go over here in a second, but this one, man, this came out in November 2002. Now, yeah, there's Shadows Fall. There's some stupid bands they would review, but I actually ordered this issue special for last night's show because this is how I first ever heard about El Necron. He was in the band Thornspawn, and I remember reading about him in this. And this single issue, I learned I was turned on by so much metal that I still love to this day. I mean, In Their Darkened Shrines came out. These bands were not like they have now. Vital Remains, fucking Dechristianized, that album came out. Like, to me, that's like one of the best albums of the fucking millennium, you know? Yeah, it wasn't like, when I read this, it wasn't like I knew people my age or anybody that talked to this music about. So it was very personal. It was like, they talk about festivals in here. And this stuff just seems so far in some distant land. It's not like now where we're all connected. The internet and everything. Everyone's pretty, which is cool. But there's definitely it was more personal back then. But speaking of, I heard about Nile was in this issue. Like I just mentioned, I mean, they're on the front page, but In Their Darkest Shrines just fucking came out. They were really just getting going big with that shit. There's also a picture of Will Romer from Mortician. I single-handedly learned about so many bands from this issue. I had this picture I ripped off. The original magazine I had, I just took all the stuff out. I took this picture of Will Romer from Mortician, took it out. This was on my fucking wall, throughout many years. Hopefully I don't get too close with the fucking candle here, burn the fucking thing. But their Cyanide, he had a Cyanide sticker on his bass. That's how I first heard about fucking Cyanide from Chicago. So I mean, just that was huge. I mean, I still listen to Cyanide to this day. We'll go through a few other things. Yeah, Destroyer 666 is mentioned. This is when In the Cold Steel came out. I mean, that's how I heard about them. They can't even tell. I'm not sure where it's at in here. Let's see if I can find a picture of it. This was it, man, for me. This was so much great shit from just this single fucking issue, man. There's like all kinds. Hate Eternal, fucking King of All Kings came out. I mean, there was a lot. Oh yeah, here's the Destroyer 666 fucking article. This is how I first heard about Destroyer 666, and I'm listening to them right now, man. Like, this was cool. Like, I know these bands are bigger now, the names are bigger now, but back then, I mean, it wasn't like you couldn't fucking just Google. I mean, I didn't have Google. I didn't have internet. I couldn't find anything. This was really, really exciting. And see if I can find the Dechristianized, man. And what's funny is I didn't know it was fucking Glenn Benton, too. That's another thing. It's like you could just go online now and look up your favorite band, find every little picture, everything about them. Oh, Pessimist was in here. I'm not a really big Pessimist fan, but I did enjoy reading about them. I'm trying to find the fucking. I'm really excited for the damn Dechristianized, because that album was a milestone of a fucking record. What's funny is, like I said, I was saying I did not recognize Glenn Benton because I had the first album, so I had Once Upon the Cross, so I only saw Glenn Benton in those photos. It wasn't like you could just turn on, you could just find anything about your favorite fucking band. I can't find the goddamn article in here, man. So seeing after reading the article about Vital Remains, I was like, that's fucking Glenn Benton. I didn't recognize him because I only had pictures of him, from the first album when he was, way younger. And he looked so different in this photo. So fucking find it. Bear with me, guys. Appreciate everybody that sticks around and Incantation. Yeah, I was just talking about these guys not too long ago. This is how I first heard about them. I'm not kidding. I'm not making any of this up. This was Incantation wasn't a big name back then like they are now. But fucking Blasphemy just came out, and I remember seeing this article, and there's a used CD store where I bought my first Deicide album, fucking Mortician, and they had The Infernal Storm. I was like, oh, that's that fucking band. I remember seeing the logo in this article, or this ad, and I was like, oh man, and that's how I discovered fucking Incantation. Impaled's on here. I mean, there's even an article about another band that Goregrind was just really, really, that was like the big deal at the time in the early 2000s. And we're going with this. They had a whole article about the band Lord Gore, Ghoul, and those weren't like back then. They weren't big names like they are now. I mean, people remember that shit now. I don't. I feel like I'm fucking having a goddamn seizure. I can't find this goddamn article, and I know it's in here. I know I'm not fucking crazy. It's got to be in here. Another thing they used to do is something called firing squad. So you can mail in a band. Any band could mail in their CD, and they would review it. If I mean, it got 9 times out of 10 the guy would write that it sucked. I was like, that's just how it came to be. And but you leave your like information or your and you can mail in money and get people's demos and just hear like a real underground shit. There's another one, Merkskog, man. I talked about these guys not that long ago. I was jamming them. This was another band that I got turned on to. And it's from this fucking photo. Yeah, it's crazy how much just one issue magazine I discovered a lot of like bands that I still love and adore to this day. And I kind of this was like, I was so excited for this fucking when I got this because it was just like a trip down memory lane. I mean, it's been 26 years. Sadistic Intent. That's how I heard about Sadistic Intent. You can't really see the picture, but that's Bay Cortez, man, singing at a festival. It's fucking just cool shit, man. Yeah, New Jersey Metal Meltdown. I mean, yeah, they talk about festivals that were going on, and yeah. So I don't know if I can find the fucking Vital Remains article. I feel like I want. Oh, here it is. Okay. Finally, yeah, Dechristianized. This album was a game changer for I think a lot of people my age. When this, I mean, I love all the stuff that they did with Jeff Groslin, but this was like Glenn Benton on vocals. It was recorded at Morrisound, which was Morrisound at the time when this album was recorded. It wasn't like the big studio it was like in the early '90s. People weren't really still recording there, but this was recorded at Morrisound. But yeah, look, I did not know that was Glenn Benton until after like I really flipped through and I was like, who's this Vital Remains band? And this turned out to be one of my biggest influences, for Cryptic Fog. Yeah, but I didn't know. I was like, that's fucking Glenn Benton? Because if he looks a lot, to me, he looked a lot different from the very first Deicide album. And, the stuff that that was the only picture I saw. So I was like, holy shit. And then I went out and bought this album. It was... I'm so glad I got this issue, man, because I could go back and revisit and reread these articles and shit. But yeah, it's just something I wanted to discuss a little bit with you guys. I was really excited. Well, okay, so I mentioned this on Necron's channel, but I'll talk about it again. So when I heard, to me, like if a band was and Metal Maniacs, it was in black and white, it really meant it was some really underground, gritty shit. And this is Thornspawn. This was El Necron's early black metal band, and can't see him, but Necron's right there. And what really stuck about this fucking issue, there's a little line here I'm just gonna read. I just remember this because Slayer was one of my favorite bands back then. I mean, it's still one of my favorite bands now, but one album in particular that Slayer was a band that was pretty well talked about in most metal world magazines and shit. But no one ever really mentioned Hell Awaits, and that was. I mean, that was, I think, one of their best fucking albums. And they mentioned it in this. And I was just really excited about that. That stuck out, and I'll never forget it. It's funny how crazy your memory is. But what did he say here? Me and Swarmville have been blood brothers since 1985. So we just fucking work so well. Anyways, we listen to a lot of early Slayer. Fuck, where is it? There's a line in here. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay, bear with me. I just remember this was awesome. So it's like, yeah, we incorporate leads and solos since that's the background we came from. We trade leads like Slayer's Jeff Hanneman and Kerry King like they did in their Hell Awaits era. I thought that was cool. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, but I was like, oh, they're talking about Hell Awaits. you know, that was one of my favorite albums. It still is. I mean, that's like monumental. Fucking to me, that's like I'd say it's a death metal album, you know. But yeah, that stuck out, and I remember just Thorn Spawn, and years later, 8 years later, I go on to play a festival in West Texas. It's the West Texas Death Fest. Little did I know, Lord Necron went on to form the band Hod, and they were one of the headlining acts. And then many years later, you're talking like maybe 5 years ago now, or like three years ago, my buddy Mike V, been friends a long time. He told me about El Necron's channel, and I was watching, and I was like putting two together. I was like, this guy was in Hod. And then all of it, I looked up the, his Metal Archives thing and all the bands he was involved. I was like, Thorn Spawn? So it was cool, man. Just to be able to visit all that shit. It was really monumental. And then I got to meet him for the first time last night, man. So, yeah. Cheers to fucking Necron, man. Hell yeah. But, that's about all I got for you guys tonight. Hopefully you dig a little bit of a deep dive into Metal Maniacs. You guys should check it out. They still have old Metal Maniacs magazines you get off eBay. Those are like paid $15 for it. Ain't bad to be able to take a trip down a fucking memory lane. And I might do a thing where I go through some of these and pick out some bands that like I see where they are now. I might dive into that one of these videos. But old subscribers, new subscribers, everybody that came out last night, fucking y'all rule. This if you happen to stick around for this, man. I always play a song at the end. But yeah. Until next time, thanks for watching. Stay tuned.
It's really quite simple. All life is a physical and chemical process, correct? It stands to reason, then, that if one could find extremely fresh specimens and recharge that chemical process, bang, we have reanimation. Brought the infernal beast back to life in the first place.